They don't tell you that emerging from a long time of being alone can feel like stepping onto a different planet. You're surrounded by people, but you've never felt more like an alien. If that feeling hits close to home, then stick around. That feeling of disconnection, of being on the outside looking in, is something a huge number of us are wrestling with right now. We're social creatures, wired for connection, and when that's gone, it can feel like a part of us is missing. This isn't just about feeling sad. Long-term isolation can seriously impact our mental and physical health, leading to everything from depression and anxiety to a weakened immune system. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to be this way. Rebuilding your social life is not only possible, it can be an incredible journey of rediscovery. In this video, we're going to walk through 7 practical, proven steps to help you rebuild those connections and find your place in the world again. We're not just talking about generic advice. We're going to give you actionable strategies to go from feeling isolated to feeling like you truly belong. So if you're ready to leave that loneliness behind, let's get into it.
The problem of reconnecting. So you've decided you want to reconnect. You're tired of the quiet, the emptiness, the feeling of being a ghost in your own life. But then a whole new set of challenges pop up. It's not as simple as just walking out the door and making friends. After a long period of isolation, your social skills can feel rusty. Conversations that used to be easy now feel like navigating a minefield. What do you even talk about? How do you start a conversation without it feeling forced or awkward? Then there's the fear of rejection, of saying the wrong thing, of being judged. It's like there's a voice in your head, that little poison parrot, constantly whispering doubts and insecurities. It tells you that you're not interesting enough, that people won't like you, that it's just easier to stay home where it's safe. This social anxiety is a real and powerful barrier. It can make even the thought of a social gathering feel completely overwhelming. And it's not just in your head, your body can react too, with a racing heart, sweaty palms, and a feeling of panic. On top of all that, you might feel like you've been left behind. You see old friends who have moved on, their lives filled with new people and experiences. It can feel like you're starting from scratch, and the mountain of effort required to catch up seems impossibly high. This combination of rusty social skills, deep-seated anxiety, and the feeling of being out of the loop can create a vicious cycle. You feel lonely, so you want to connect, but the thought of it is so terrifying that you retreat further into isolation, which only makes the loneliness worse. It's a tough place to be, but I promise you, there is a way out.
Proven ways to reconnect. 1. Start small and go at your own pace. The idea of jumping back into a bustling social life can be terrifying, so don't. The key is to start small, with low-pressure situations that feel manageable. Think of it like dipping your toes in the water before you dive in. Reconnect with those closest to you first. Start with family members or 1 or 2 trusted friends you feel most comfortable with. A simple phone call, a video chat, or a casual text can be a great first step. Keep it brief and casual. Suggest a short activity like grabbing a coffee or going for a walk. This takes the pressure off having a long, intense conversation. Be patient with yourself. It's okay if things feel a bit awkward at first. Don't force yourself into situations that feel too overwhelming. It's better to have a short, positive interaction than a long, draining one. Celebrating these small victories will help build your confidence. 2. Reawaken your social skills. If you haven't used a muscle in a while, it's going to be weak. Social skills are no different. They need to be exercised to get back in shape. Practice in low-stakes environments. You can start by simply making small talk with the barista at your local coffee shop, the librarian, or the person at the checkout counter. Prepare some open-ended questions in your back pocket. It might feel a little silly, but having a few open-ended questions in your back pocket can be a lifesaver. Instead of a yes or no question, try something like, What's the best thing that's happened to you this week? Or read any good books or seen any good movies lately? Be a good listener. A great conversation isn't just about talking, it's about listening. Show genuine interest in what the other person is saying. Ask follow-up questions to show you're engaged. People appreciate being heard, and it takes some of the pressure off you to carry the entire conversation.
3. Rekindle old friendships the right way. Reaching out to old friends can feel daunting. You might worry that too much time has passed or that they won't be interested in reconnecting. But you might be surprised to find that people are often more grateful to be reached out to than we expect. Start with a warm and simple message. A text or a social media message is a low-pressure way to initiate contact. You could say something like, "Hey, I was just thinking about that time we..." Share a positive memory. "It made me smile. How have you been?" This brings up a positive shared experience and opens the door for conversation. Don't dwell on the past or any old conflicts. Focus on the present and the future. You've both changed, so get to know the person they are now. Suggest a low-key meetup. If the conversation goes well, suggest catching up in person or over a video call. Keep it casual and let the connection rebuild naturally. 5. Find your tribe through shared interests. One of the best ways to meet new people is to find something you're passionate about and do it with others. This takes the focus off the act of making friends and puts it on the shared activity, which makes connection happen more naturally. Explore your hobbies and interests. What have you always wanted to try? A cooking class? A pottery workshop? A sports league? Use online resources to find local groups. Websites like Meetup, Eventbrite, and Facebook events are fantastic tools for finding people in your area who share your interests. You can find everything from hiking groups and book clubs to board game nights and language exchange meetups. Volunteer for a cause you care about. This is a powerful way to connect with like-minded people while also making a positive impact on your community. 6. Become a regular. There's a certain magic in familiarity. When you become a regular at a few places, you start to build a sense of community. Pick a few spots and be consistent. It could be a coffee shop you work from once a week, a park you walk in every morning, or a specific fitness class you attend. Be open to small interactions. A simple smile, a nod, or a hello to the people you see regularly can pave the way for future conversations. This strategy is about playing the long game. It's not about forcing connections, but about creating opportunities for them to happen organically over time. 6. Challenge your negative thoughts. Our inner critic can be our own worst enemy when it comes to socializing. That voice that tells you you're going to be awkward or that no one will like you needs to be challenged. Recognize and reframe negative thoughts. When you catch yourself thinking something negative, like, "I'm going to make a fool of myself," challenge it. Ask yourself, is that really true? What's a more realistic outcome? Maybe you'll have a slightly awkward moment, but it's unlikely to be a disaster. Practice positive self-talk. Before a social event, give yourself a little pep talk. Remind yourself of your positive qualities. You could even try a power pose. Standing in a confident posture for a few minutes can actually change your mindset. Remember, you are not alone in your anxiety. Many people feel awkward in social situations, especially now. Knowing this can make it feel less personal and more like a shared human experience. Number 7. Embrace a little vulnerability. True connection is built on authenticity. It's about letting people see the real you, even the parts you're a little unsure about. Don't be afraid to admit you're a bit nervous. Saying something like, "I'm a little out of practice with this whole socializing thing," can be incredibly disarming and make you more relatable. Share your experiences. When it feels right, open up a little about your own journey with isolation. You'd be surprised how many people can relate and will appreciate your honesty. Vulnerability isn't about oversharing. It's about being genuine and allowing for a real human connection to form. The turning point. There will be a moment, and it might be small, where you feel a shift. It could be a shared laugh with a new acquaintance, a surprisingly deep conversation with an old friend, or the first time you walk into a group setting and don't feel an immediate urge to run away. That is the moment you'll realize that all the small, scary steps you've been taking are adding up to something real. It's the moment you feel the ice start to melt and you remember what it feels like to be seen, to be heard, and to be a part of something bigger than yourself. This is the turning point, the proof that connection is not just a distant memory, but a present and future possibility. Hold on to that feeling, because it's the fuel that will keep you moving forward. Rebuilding your social world after a long period of isolation is a journey, not a destination. It's about taking it one day, one conversation, one small act of bravery at a time. Remember to start small, dust off those social skills, and be kind to yourself through the process. Reconnect with old friends, but also be open to finding new tribes through shared interests. Challenge that negative voice in your head and allow yourself to be a little vulnerable. It won't always be easy, and there will be moments of awkwardness and doubt, but the reward, a life filled with connection, belonging, and shared joy, is worth every single step. You have the power to change your story from one of isolation to one of community. If this video helped you, please subscribe to RainWish and give this video a like.